my point really here is that this was urgent, and the Michelago community at the previous meeting in Bombala was very concerned about this.
So this matter was considered at the last ARIC meeting. We've just got to update the notes. So they are waiting on the investigation that's being done before they consider whether there's a need for them to do any additional or extra work. So
through you, Mr. Mayor, we expect a report from Lindsay Taylor Lawyers within 2 weeks.
Can we just add, it's been 3 months since that man presented here, and before that he waited 3 years to have advice on this quarry matter. So we're sort of dragging the chain a little bit when a family has been affected.
Right, what's your question?
And we push them along a little bit. It just seems to be getting pushed out all the time. We have a meeting. This is the third council meeting we've had about the Michelago Quarry.
Yeah.
And when the gentleman was here, that was a pretty passionate plea for some action to be done. He had waited 3 years to even get to that stage. And we've got a family that are affected who live next door. I do appreciate you say it's in 2 weeks' time, Tony, but that could be some bureaucrat sitting in an office that really doesn't realise the urgency.
Thank you.
Through you, Mr. Mayor. So there's 2 parts to that. One is Lindsay Taylor Lawyers are looking through, I think, 5 years worth of documentation as an investigation into the process that we went through. The other side is that the EPA have taken on the investigation of alleged contamination of the neighbour. So that's out of our hands. That's with the EPA. So there's two parts to that, Councillor Elliot.
So just on that, there's a few more issues there, Mr. Mayor, on this particular issue. I remember the wisdom of Councillor Stewart saying, the issue here started with the DA. And I've gone back to look at the DA documents, and I certainly, as a councillor, had some concern. But I wonder, could you just ask through the CEO if there's been further work done to look at the original DA and whether it meets all the compliance issues?
Lindsay Taylor's have been going over the 5 years, so they'll be going over that document too, and the DAs and etc. of what happened and where we're at. So it does take time.
I suppose that the difficulty for us is we're governing a process we don't fully understand because we don't understand what the information sought from Lindsay Taylor Lawyers. So we're sort of several steps back, but yet we're required to oversee a process that we don't understand. So it seems reasonable that we see the request for advice from Lindsay Taylor Lawyers.
Mr. Mayor, with respect, this wasn't part of the motion, so I'm a little bit confused as to where this questioning is going.
Can I, just for a bit of clarification with this, and I think, as I said, we've got to go back to see how this quarry was approved at the time and never came to council. Could we just get a report on that sooner than later? Because that would have been, I would not believe would be a difficult thing to go back through the planning documents to say that, well, the applicant put the application in and it was approved. And the reason why it didn't come to council of the day, there's a few grey areas in the approval of this quarry. That why it would have never made to council, in my view, is very disturbing from the planning department, and I'll be honest about that, because if you've got a quarry there that's got what I can gather, and I haven't been down there, but to be approved, it had to fill so much landfill. There was always going to be issues that should have been sent to council for consideration before the approval was given. So I can't see what
I'm going to have to interrupt you. I'm not trying to shut you down, but I'm just trying to move it on.
There's one final point there. On point E, I just would like clarification whether new staff have been appointed to oversee the project.
Yes, that has happened.
Thank you.